When you think of Sweden, I bet the first thing that comes to mind isn't UFOs. But the country has a small yet intensely dedicated UFO community. We open tonight with one of their most enduring and perplexing cases. Ta en titt. That means take a look in Swedish. At least I sure hope it does. When he sees a group of strange objects in the sky, and he's able to capture one of them on film. In a series of images, OK captures a small black speck moving slowly across the sky. He's described it as a loaf of bread, but with more pronounced edges. It had a dark spot on top and continued to turn and become flatter. The rest of the body, he says, had a steel gray color. And all of a sudden, a triangular object ejects from the loaf UFO. As OK would later illustrate, the triangular craft flies much faster in an arched motion underneath the loaf and in the opposite direction. OK claims it was a silver-white color and seemed like it was glowing. Author and historian Amy Title says OK's incident wasn't as isolated as it may seem.
This sighting ties in with a large number of triangular-shaped UFO sightings in Sweden. In the summer of 1970, triangular phenomena were seen and photographed over Jämtland. A triangular object was also seen and followed by a Lansen aircraft in June of 1971.
But out of all of these, OK's sighting in particular drew special attention from Sweden's burgeoning UFO community.
OK's case was thoroughly investigated by Gothenburg's Information Center for Unidentified Flying Objects. Their member magazine was known for its meticulous investigation of aerial phenomena. The investigation revealed that the negatives were authentic, and the UFO was a genuine mystery.
In the 50 years since, ufologists have spent decades trying to figure out what OK saw.
Because the sighting was in such a remote location, it's very possible that what OK saw was actually a secret military aircraft being tested. Other militaries have also tested their aircraft in the same region above the Norwegian Sea. It's possible that what this is actually a Russian aircraft. So it's possible that OK didn't understand what he saw. Or it's possible OK saw something more mysterious and we don't know what it is.
What is so compelling about these blurry photos that we're still talking about them 50 years later? Let's look at the loaf of bread photos first. Each one is a bit different. The lighting is different. The coloring is different. You'd expect to see some of that in a moving object. And then there's the triangle image here. Much harder edges, more photos. Could we be looking at a speck of dust inside the camera? Well, those would create the same shape of artifact on each photo. And in these images, the object is clearly changing shape. So maybe the speck was something like a gnat that was so close to the camera that it appeared out of focus. But our photo expert, Andrew McCarthy, doesn't think so.
OK was using an Instamatic, which was a very popular point-and-shoot film camera at the time. This point-and-shoot camera had a very small aperture lens. It was designed to be able to shoot at infinity easily without requiring any kind of manual focus. If this object is more out of conclusion, this photo is a true UFO.
Our verdict? We're calling this a genuine UFO. The journalist who documented OK's sighting concluded there was no reason to doubt his information. He left it to his readers to decide, and we leave it to you, the viewers. Upon a remote test by a secret military aircraft. He's uncertain if we're looking at a human aircraft at all.
You can't really make out any kind of propulsion, no engines, nothing that's keeping it up in the air. It's the lack of clarity on the actual photos that makes it very hard for us to determine anything about it.
One thing that could add clarity to the grainy photos is this collection of sketches from the witness himself. Some have pointed out that the triangular silhouette and the triangle craft he drew both resembled the Saab 37 Beacon jet, a Swedish combat aircraft developed in the 1960s.
And